I won a guitar at NAMM. That's what this video is going to be about, so stick around. What are my thoughts on NAMM? Because this was my first time going to NAMM. NAMM show, the big music convention. It was cool. I thought it was cool. For me personally, it's not something that I would ever pay to go to. How I got to go to NAMM was my fiance is actually a brand ambassador for Beats and Faders, a clothing brand. They make great clothing for behind-the-scenes creators. So if that's you, definitely check out Beats and Faders. She's a brand ambassador, so she got a ticket for her and a +1, so I got to go to NAMM for free, which was pretty sweet. That being said, it's nothing that I would ever pay to go to. I didn't think it was spectacular. I didn't think it was horrible. I certainly enjoyed the experience. I got a guitar out of it. I didn't have a bad time. It was just, I don't know, like it was very consumery. Like it doesn't feel like music is about music anymore. And I know that's not what the NAMM convention is for, before all the keyboard warriors go off saying, well, you're at NAMM to see all the cool stuff. Of course it's going to be about the cool stuff. Like, yes, I get that. But how many people are paying however much for a ticket to NAMM but won't pay $10 to go see a local band? Like, it doesn't make sense. Like, NAMM was packed with people. Like, if all of those people went out to see a local band play, we would single-handedly bring back live music. Like, that's what I'm getting at, is like, everybody's going to NAMM to see all the cool stuff, but nobody's going to see the bands actually playing anything. But enough about NAMM. Like, it was cool. I enjoyed seeing all the stuff. I'm not a gear guy. Like, I don't have a lot of gear, so it wasn't, blowing me away. But I thought all the stuff was cool. The thing I was most impressed by was the quality of the instruments coming out of Asia. Like, there were so many Asian guitar brands and drums and cymbals and everything that were really putting out like top tier stuff. Like, not even top tier for the Asian market, but top tier for like Fender and Gibson. Like, they were that level of quality. But that's what impressed me the most. The other thing I just thought was kind of weird was there was like noise control. I call them the sound police, going around making sure everyone wasn't too loud, which I get. I imagine it can just get really, really loud. But like, especially when you're trying to, see if a drum is good quality, like a snare drum, you want to see if it has a good rim shot. And like, the sound police would be over there telling you to keep it down. It's like, my guy, I want to know if this product is any good. This is how you find out. So that was the only thing that was a little off-putting. But yeah, I had a fun time. It was cool to see all the stuff. I saw Prince's piano. That was at the Yamaha booth. I saw a couple of the bands play at all those stages they had set up. I thought that was honestly my favorite part, was seeing bands play, especially at like some of those smaller booths where it would just be like a cocktail kit or maybe an electric drum kit and a guitar and a bass, like maybe a singer. Like, those tiny, intimate booths that had live bands were the best, absolute the best. The big stages were cool, but they're big stages, so you don't get that same closeness, I guess. But as for the guitar goes, so how I actually won this guitar was in a raffle. It was at the John Lennon bus booth, and they just had a raffle. You had to be at the spot at 5 p.m. And I think that's why I got so lucky, was because they called like 8 different names before eventually calling mine. So if everyone else who had entered the raffle actually showed up, like, I probably wouldn't have won. But hey, they didn't, so here we go. The guitar itself is a Epiphone made by Gibson, so it's made in it's the new thing they're doing, I think, where Gibson is making some Epiphones, not all of them, but some of the Epiphones in their own factory like they did back in the day. But it's a casino model. It's the model that John Lennon is known for using. That's why the John Lennon bus was raffling it off. But it's a pretty sweet guitar. It's really loud. Like just acoustically, I'm not plugged into anything, but it's kind of like having a mini acoustic, basically. Like, cause it rings like an acoustic guitar, but it's, you know, it's a hollow body. I think it's fully hollow. I'm not totally sure. The actual sound of it is pretty cool. It's a very kind of unique sound because it's got the P90s and a hollow body, so it doesn't have the same output as like a Telecaster, but if you like some of those cleaner Telecaster tones, it kind of mirrors. It doesn't exactly copy it, but it goes with it very, very well. It's not a guitar that I think I would have picked out for myself if I was shopping for guitars, but since I got one free in a raffle, like, hey, I love it. So that's all I got about NAMM. If I had to summarize NAMM in one sentence, it would be, if you get the chance to go, definitely go. If you don't get the chance to go, don't feel heartbroken. But yeah, thanks for tuning in.